Hi everyone, this is Untouched ASMR. Today we are going to be reading some more Reddit stories. I kind of want to experiment with different kinds of Reddit stories. You know, there's scary stories, there's true stories, there's encouraging stories, there's am I the blank stories, which I think are very interesting. And I did some interesting stories in the first two videos, so I think I want to do am I the... So let me look that up. And this thread has 18.7 million people following it. Okay, well, let's find something good for you guys. There's a lot here. Okay, let's start with this. This was posted 8 hours ago, so not long. And I do want to preface by saying, sorry, I thought I had an eyelash in there. I don't know how to pronounce it, if it's seborrheic or seborrheic or I'm not really sure, but dermatitis basically, and I get like patches of dry skin under my lip and all over my eyelids and underneath my eyes, and also my allergies are bothering me. My eyes are super itchy right now, so this redness all around my eyes is just from those two things. I look like a raccoon. I look a little crazy, but that's all right. So let's start with this. It's, am I the blank for telling an adoptive parent that they make me, also an adoptive parent, uncomfortable and that I owe them nothing? I'm interested to learn more because I'm confused by that title. So let's continue. All right. I'm a single gay man who adopted 2 boys who are now 7 and 10. Initially, most people automatically assume I'm straight and divorced, but eventually find out that I'm neither. I downplay my kids' adoption because I don't want my kids to feel different from their peers, since no one in their circle of peers is adopted. I find it to be a personal circumstance and no one's business. It's almost like asking my sons if my sons are circumcised. I believe adoption is a beautiful thing. However, the reality is that most adopted kids come from unfortunate situations, and those situations can stigmatize adopted kids. People who don't have adopted kids don't understand that because they view the world through their lenses and how the world should be and not how it really is. My kids are very happy and have a ton of friends. Last month, a gay couple moved on the block and they have 3 adopted boys who are within the same age range as my kids. The more that I got to know Mike and Dave, the more I disliked them. However, my kids liked their kids, so I let it be. There's more, but I need a sip of water. This is too much talking for me. It hurts my throat. Recently, my kids stopped playing with their kids because they grew uncomfortable with being asked about their own adoption by Mike and Dave and other people who didn't ask before. My kids don't want to compare and contrast their adoption experiences for adults' entertainment and curiosity and then be judged. As a result, my kids stopped playing with Mike and Dave's kids. This led to simmering anger towards me, and eventually it came out when my 10-year-old declined to go to their son's birthday party. Actually, no one showed up. They told me that they were so disappointed that I, as a gay man and dad, didn't show support to their family by coming to their kid's party. I told them up front that just because we have a couple things in common that we are not bonded and I owe them nothing. They asked what they did to me, and I said nothing. I'm just not comfortable with how you use your kids as clout. The way you put them on social media, like showing off a Porsche and reminding everyone that you're a gay adoptive family. Yes, my kids are adopted too, but they don't want to be around people who want to constantly remind them of it and remind them of trauma. That invites people who know nothing about us to start lecturing, shaming, or giving unsolicited advice. By all means, overshare your kids' personal information and draw attention to them, but my family is the opposite. They are happy being Jesse and Matt, who like Minecraft, hockey, and cooking, not those two adopted kids adopted by that gay guy. No, I do not think that this guy is being in blank hole. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. I'll do some research on that. But I do think that he owes that family nothing. So I don't think he's in the wrong at all. They were just acquaintances, friends, and it didn't have to be anything more. And I think the one thing that I really agreed with here was when he said, excuse me, I'm so sorry. When he said, my kids are adopted too, but they don't want to be around people who want to constantly remind them of it and remind them of trauma. I think that's very true. You can embrace being adopted and having a different past from others, but when you're trying to just enjoy your life and people make a fuss about it, I could totally see how that could just be annoying and kind of, put you in the wrong headspace. So I don't think he's in the wrong at all. I think it's good that they were never so invested in each other, both of these families. I think it's cool that they both had a similar situation, but I don't think there was ever a need for, someone to get upset. I'm not any of these people, so I can't really say how they should and shouldn't feel, but basically, I don't think this guy is wrong at all. So let me find another one. I don't know if I showed you guys my coffee mug yet. It's from Target. I got it for Christmas 2 years ago or something like that. Sorry I'm late. I saw a dog. This mug couldn't be any more me. Like, this is just my personality on a mug. And I love it. And I drink out of this mug all the time. And the other mug that I use is pink and has red writing, and it's from Target, and it says Dog Mom on it. So those are my two favorite mugs. Yeah, but I'm not a dog mom. I live at my house with my mom, and I got her a golden retriever puppy a few years ago before I moved out, when I moved to Florida after high school. And after a few years, I moved back in with her. And now I live with that dog, so I do, I would say I'm a dog sister, because he's my brother, because it's my mom's dog, so it's like her son, and I'm her daughter, so we would be brothers and sisters. Maybe I will go show you guys him really quickly, and then I'll continue with another story. Let's see where he is. His name is Prince. Oh, there he is. Prince. Say hi. Say hi, buddy. Oh my goodness. He is all sprawled out on the bed. His name is Prince. He only has 3 legs. He had cancer when he was 1 year old in his back left leg. So we had to amputate it, which was a crazy experience, and I can talk about that at a different time. But he is the best dog ever. I love him so much. He hops around. I don't know if I said already that he is 5 years old. Okay, sorry, I ramble and I get distracted very easily. I don't know when my phone was set up here. That looks right. Okay. He's a perfect puppy. Okay. Oh. This title is interesting. So it says AITA, I'm just going to use that abbreviation for now, for not helping my younger sister just because she has cancer. I don't know how to feel about this one. Okay, so before my story, I want to give background. Our dad is Pacific Islander, and our mom is just white. My sister, 14, and I, 17, were both born in the U.S. Our parents divorced when I was 6, I think. However, I continued to live with my dad until I was 11, whereas my sister stayed with my mom. I live with my mom now because my dad wanted to move back to the islands, but I didn't want to leave my friends. However, I know much of my family who still do live on the islands and keep in touch with my roots, I guess. This is mostly thanks to my dad. My sister doesn't. Okay, so on to the story. About 4 months ago, my sister was diagnosed with sarcoma, which is like a kind of bone/tissue cancer. Very quick thing is that my dog, he had a type of sarcoma, which was the type of cancer he had. So it's very interesting that I just clicked on this, and I haven't read it before, so very interesting. It was like coincidental. She's had to go through a lot of procedures and spent a lot of time at the hospital, and I've spent a lot of it with her and helping her. And while I don't mind helping her, when she did get diagnosed, my mom expected me to drop literally everything to be there to help her. Meaning, if she's at the hospital, I'm at the hospital. If she's undergoing a surgery or stressful procedure, I have to stop everything I'm doing, including school, and sit in the waiting room as support. But all that I could handle, and it was annoying. But whatever. Excuse me. However, recently the doctors finally decided they wanted to do chemo, and my sister's hair has begun to fall out. She shaved it, but is extremely upset about it because she really loved her hair. The other day, my mom suggested that I shave my own hair so a wig can be made out of it for her. For reference, my hair goes down to below my butt. However, the thing is, you're only supposed to cut your hair when a family member dies, and it's a tradition my entire family on my dad's side upholds. I'm sure it's like a cultural thing, maybe. And to be frank, I like my hair and have no desire to shave it, as I have been growing it out since I was a kid. I explained this to both my sister and my mom, but both are insistent that I should do it, and that a tradition like that is meaningless, especially since my sister might die anyways. I told them no. They've both asked several times more, and my sister even begging. I once again reiterated why I wouldn't, and that asking me was too insulting. Now my sister is upset and saying that I obviously don't actually care that she's struggling and aren't being understanding. However, I've bent over backwards for her. So the fact she's going so far hurts, but also she's never asked me of anything like this before and is really upset. So I just don't know. Am I the blank? That is very interesting. I have a few thoughts. So I think no matter what, when someone in your close life is sick or hurt or in poor health in any way, that it is an amazing thing if you're able to be there for them. But I don't think at all that you need to necessarily pause your life completely and kind of make that your main, I was gonna say make that your main personality, but that doesn't sound right. That kind of sounds a little mean, I think. What I'm trying to say is that I understand that maybe that's something that the mom and the sister want her to do, but I don't at all think that it's necessary. Just because the sister had to shave her head doesn't mean that the person who wrote this has to at all. I think when I see on social media when cancer patients are getting their heads shaved and one of their family members does it with them, that is such a nice gesture, but it's not necessary, but it's something that you do to go above and beyond. If you're willing to do that, I think it's very altruistic. I mean, you're doing it so that this person can feel better and can feel like they're not going through this alone. But not a lot of people do that, and I think that it is just a cherry on top of the ice cream. There's a way to say that. That's actually a phrase, but I can't think of it. I think that if she doesn't want to shave her head, she shouldn't be shamed into doing so just because her sister is sick, because that's not something that is in her control at all. Another thing that I think is that there are many companies out there that create wigs, so it doesn't have to be her sister's hair, so I don't really understand that part, because you can buy a beautiful wig and wear that and, have the sensation of having hair without having to take it from your sister, because then your sister has no hair and you have her hair as a wig on your head. I understand, having to pause on school. I know that's a big ask and it's not completely, I don't think you're a bad person if you don't do that. I think it's important that no matter what, that you always keep moving forward in your life and keep I'm not sure how I'm trying to say. I don't want my words to come out wrong, but I just think that you should always try to continue what you're doing in your life and be there for your people as well. So I don't know. I just feel like there's solutions to this that the mom and the sister who has cancer aren't really thinking about. But you also have to think that they are both probably in a really bad mental state. They probably are both scared and in pain, mentally and physically, and maybe they're just being, they're not thinking straight because of that, because of the like new traumas in their life. So I will give them a pass 100%, but I definitely don't think that the author of this is a blank hole, because you don't have to do these things to be there for someone, but what she's doing already, she's already being there for this person. So that's what I think on that. But that is all for right now. I will definitely be back with more stories. Next time, I'm gonna try to save a bunch. I don't use Reddit often, so I'll have to figure that out a little bit. But I just want to have a bunch of stories that I can have without having to search through with you guys. So I will see you guys soon. Sorry, my throat is bothering me because I've been talking for a while. Alright, but that's it, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.